is live. Shows me being live. That is live. I just hadn't figured out how to make it send out the notifications yet. That is live. Hello, Virginia. Kept waiting for it to send out notifications that I was going to go live, but it never did. So, yep, been hiding. You're always going live whenever I'm like at work or something. How's life treating you? How's the cat? What's your name again? Hold on. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I should know this. Starts with a B. I think. Nope. Can't remember your cat's name. Can't remember your cat's name. Sorry. Which puts her in the same group of animals as my dog. Should have just named my dog Dog. Would have been a lot easier. Cool. I don't volunteer for camp anymore. But kids will eat you alive. It may just be you and me in here. We'll see. Usually takes about 15 minutes for the good. Usually takes about 10 or 15 minutes for people to start showing up. So we'll see how this goes. I know that I don't like turkey jerky or turkey jerky sticks. What else is new besides camp? Hey, Tryon. Did you get a notification? Or did y'all just stumble in? Tried to set it up to where give everybody a heads up before time, but I don't know how I'll do all that stuff apparently. I scheduled this hours ago. Kept waiting for it to send a notification to my wife, and then it never did. So Yeah, Ben, the wife tried to adopt once, but apparently showing up to the agency with a bag full of money and saying we want one potty trained is not socially acceptable. Who would have known? Apparently there's a process and stuff. Hey, Frank, Chipper, and Gator, Gator, Gator Bites. Is that like a name of a candy or like did you get bit by a gator? Are you from Florida? Should clean my glasses for us now. Now I can see real good. Everything's like perfectly blurry. There's blue blurry spots and black blurry spots. Well, actually, more gray. I didn't wear my glasses so much, I might not depend on them so badly. Oh, look at that. Oh, no, I didn't skin the cat. I was just, when the cat got, and I could have left him in the trap all day, I suppose. Then I stood the risk of him getting lucky and getting out or damaging my trap. So I just dispatched him and disposed of him. I ain't going through all that trouble getting all them permits and this, that, and everything else to keep alive wild animal. So, cross my eyes to see purple. Hold on, let me see. Nope, this more blurrier. Tried to stick. I'm not doing that again. Tried to catch a gator once. Got it close to the boat and I let it go. I got big teeth. We used to tease them when we lived down in Florida. We'd use a top of the water lure and drag in front of them and stuff. You never expect a gator to be that quick. Every once in a while, they'll get a bite on it. And then you got to buy a new lure because they don't play around. And then you got a aggravated alligator with a treble hook in his tongue. That's like turtle. Everybody talks about turtles being slow. No, that's a tortoise. Turtles are pretty quick. We'll say pretty quick. Three more minutes. You know, I don't know where the cutoff north-south line is for gators. I know they've got them in South Louisiana. So they have to have them around Houston and all down in there. I just wonder if they've taken them all out of the valley, you know, the Rio Grande Valley, because it's warm. We were down at the creek today, took a picnic lunch over there. The thing is full of turtles. Saw a couple of snapping turtles. One of them was probably 14 inches across and I don't know, 18, 19 inches long on the shell. It's pretty big. Not the biggest one in the creek, but it's pretty decent sized snapping turtle. I see him. In a Zell. How's y'all's weekends going? And see, people don't. I mean, snapping turtles. They got a range. Well, there you go, Gator. Got to deal with the sound of gunfire in the background now. They're out there. They're out there shooting, and I'm in here talking to y'all. They come up with the idea to go shooting after I posted that I would do a live stream. Been editing video off and on all day. I'm gonna upload them and schedule them. Realized I was getting a lot of raw video on the computer thingy over there and wasn't putting out anything but these live chats. I get old real fast. All right, Chip. I wish I hadn't taken away the private messaging stuff. People don't realize that when you sit down to edit a video, it's not, you don't sit down and spend 10 minutes, you know, to do well, that duck video. Oh, I got 2.5 hours messing with it. And I had to reduce it some to make it watchable. If I'd have left all the cooking and everything in there, it would have been right at 38 minutes. Would have been insane. I prefer the good old-fashioned way. The biggest snapping turtle I've ever caught, I caught it crawling from one place to the other. Picked it up, took some pictures of it, and then let it go. I mean, if you catch one out of the water, away from the water, 90% of the time it's a female and she's going to lay eggs. Let her go. Unless you don't want turtles. Oh, what he's shooting? That thing sounds sick. As in, like, needs a doctor. A quiet 45. Oop, we lost one. It's going the wrong direction. really hoping Sasquatch would get in here, because Sasquatch and a couple of other ones is really, well, Sasquatch and Hell, and wish I could thank everybody that like edged me around to do this. And for all you people that didn't actually read the title, this is Sunday service. So here in a minute. Hey, Kane, we're gonna jump off in the Bible. For those of you that don't know, which probably all of you. No, Dash Out's not here yet. Dash Out, Sasquatch. Didn't have much hope for Revolting. Backwoods. Law, Backwards Raised. Don't see any of them. Dad. Most everybody's Sunday afternoons are sewed up pretty tight. So I just got the notification that I'm live. So we'll give it 5 more minutes, see what happens. Mrs. gets it like instantly. Whenever, I mean, it's like I'll click live and 2 or 3 seconds later her phone will go off. But it's only after I go live, and then I have people come in and say that, you know, they didn't get any heads up at all. They just stumbled into the room. I was going to work on my kayak, but I went out there and I got swarmed by mosquitoes. So I gave that idea up. What, 6:10? We'll pick a number. 6:10, we will start. If they're not here, they'll just have to catch up later. What do y'all do? Y'all got to get up so early for? I used to think I got up early. I get up about 5. Well, I used to. I don't anymore. Been staying up too late. Staying up on YouTube. Not getting no sleep. Well, oh man, I wish I didn't have to go clean, or I wish I had to go clean fish. Oh, that's not bad. 5 to 3. I mean, they start off early in the afternoon. I used to work 7 to 7, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. That was no fun. What'd you catch, Riverbend? Or what'd you stick, stab, shoot, harpoon? Underground construction company. Are you one of those guys building the underground cities for the Walmart complex? Is that what you do, Gator? Are you building us underground FEMA camps? Can I have a map with all the what do you call it, exits marked or whatever? Just in case I'm gonna get on the wrong bus. In case I mean to get on the Freedom bus and I get on the FEMA bus instead. I went to a brick plant once in Lehigh, Iowa, that supposedly back in the day when it was built, it was actually built to make ceramic pipe, and supposedly most of New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh and all that is actually plumbed with their pipe. I thought it was pretty cool. That kiln was amazing. You could stand a 12-foot joint of pipe, because they couldn't do it laying down because it wouldn't stay around. They had to stand them up on the kiln car and then run them through they had to fire them standing up. And they had to make sure the walls were thick enough to support the weight when it gets to the plastic stage, where, you know, they've got to get it red hot to turn it, make it go from dirt to rock. So it was pretty cool. Everything around here is in concrete and it's all coming apart. Most of the stuff that they put in is still in. As long as the ground doesn't move and it doesn't break, the ceramic pipe lasts forever. So. No, okay, I don't. All right, it's 6:11. We're going to go on and get started. Anybody comes in, they'll have to back up and watch it. I don't know what translation any of y'all read out of, or even if y'all read. I don't know if y'all care about the Bible. I don't know if you have any interest in scriptures at all. This is not meant for debate on whether I'm right and you're wrong. It is, y'all can discuss all you'd like in the chat. You will not be condescending to one another. You will not be hateful to one another. You are free to ask questions. You're free to discuss. But in this, we shall remain civil to one another as human beings. If you cannot remain civil to one another as human beings, then there is no hope for humanity. So, there we go. Psalms is a book of songs. If y'all didn't know that. They say that most of them were written by David, but we will see. Psalm 138 is titled as a Psalm of David. Verse 1, I will praise thee with my whole heart. Before the gods will I sing praise unto thee. I will worship toward thy holy temple and praise thy name for thy loving kindness and for thy truth. For thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name. In the day when I cried, thou answered me and strengthened me with strength in my soul. All the things of earth shall praise thee, O Lord, when they hear the words of thy mouth. Yea, they shall sing in the ways of the Lord, for great is the glory of the Lord. Though the Lord be high, yet hath he respect unto the lowly, but the proud he knoweth afar off. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth thine hand against the wrath of mine enemies, and thy right hand shall save me. The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. Thy mercy, O Lord, endureth forever. Forsake not the works of thine own hands. That was King James Version. Y'all, give me half a second, and we'll read it in less harsh to understand and easier to flow language. I will praise you with my whole heart. Before the gods, I will sing praises to you. I will worship toward your holy temple and praise your name for your loving kindness and your truth, for you have magnified your word above all your name. And for you have magnified your word above all your name. In the day when I cried out, you answered me and made me bold with strength in my soul. All the things of earth shall praise you, O Lord. When they hear the words of your mouth, yes, they shall sing of the ways of the Lord, for great is the glory of the Lord. Though the Lord is on high, yet he regards the lowly, but the proud he knows from afar. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. You will stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand shall save me. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Your mercy, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the works of your hands. Little ditty right there. Verse 7, and your right hand will save me. That's why Jesus sits on the right hand of the Father, therefore he is the right hand of God. Now then, get back around to this. We'll have, it's actually titled Psalms 138 in the Big Ten. Huh. I lost everybody. That's funny. That's okay. The Ten Commandments are not suggestions. They are commandments. They're not, if you think it's okay, you can do this. Or if it's not too much trouble, you can do this. They are commandments. They are, hey, high desert. They are, you will do this. There's that one billboard they got out there. The Ten Commandments weren't a suggestion. God. Whenever you read a psalm or any of the New Testament, Proverbs, anything, whenever you read about the Word of God, it's talking the Old Testament, the New Testament, the books that got left out, anything that claims the deity of Christ as the Son of God is the Word of God. Anything that puts anything else above God or God's commandments is not God. It's that simple. It's not the Word of God. The Ten Commandments are as follows. Do y'all know them? The real ones, not just the ones they put on the wall. They're a little different. You want to read them? Good. Let me find. I had it, found it. Well, let's just read the whole thing. Nah, we'll jump down. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 5, starting in verse 7. Thou shalt have none other gods before me. He justifies that with verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Thou shalt have none other gods before me. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or is in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of fathers upon their children to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. The mercy requires the keeping of the Lord's commandments. There you go. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. And that does not mean GD and stuff. Taking the Lord's name in vain is way more than that, though that is unacceptable. And here, verse 12, this is the one that a lot of people mess up on. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. Keep the Sabbath. The day the Lord says to keep the Sabbath. Not the Romans, okay? Not the Greeks. Not the New Affirmation churches. The day the Lord God commands that it be kept. The way he commands it to be kept. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God. The Sabbath day is not for you. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and thy maidservants may rest as well as thou. That means if you choose to make Sunday the Sabbath, the new Sabbath, then when church is over, you go home and you eat a sandwich. You do not go to the restaurant and force those people working at the restaurant to break the Sabbath, which you claim to be holding holy before God. You're not going to go to hell for it, but it's not making God happy. So, okay. And remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and that the Lord thy God brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by stretched out arm. Therefore the Lord thy God commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day. Everybody said, well, the Sabbath day is just for Jews. So is Jesus. The Jews had to reject him before the promise came open to everybody. It didn't, and just because it became open to everybody, didn't change who it was offered to first. Did it? Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. That's the kicker. There's going to be a kick in the teeth for almost everybody out there. Honor thy father and thy mother does not mean you have to do what they say forever. that is showing them honor and respect. Honoring thy father and thy mother in the biblical sense means that you are financially, emotionally, physically responsible for their well-being in their old age. You're actually supposed to take care of your parents when they get old. People, why do you do so much for your mother-in-law? Because it's my wife's mother. And I honor her by making sure her needs are met. That's why. Because God said so in one of the 10. Number 17, thou shalt not kill. We can get real in depth on that one. Neither shalt thou commit adultery. Neither shalt thou steal. Neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife. Neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. And there you go. The whole not desiring your neighbor's wife, you can't look at the neighbor's wife and go, man, John's wife's better than my wife. I wish I had John's wife. Not that you really want to put up with this nudity lady, but you degrade your wife. You actually attack yourself in that your wife is half of you now. So if you find your wife to be less than someone else's, and you would prefer to have somebody else's wife as opposed to yours, you hate yourself. You hate a part of you. You hate an integral part of your existence. That's just dumb. Covet your neighbor's house. Man, my neighbor's got a better house than me. You're hating on yourself. You're not loving on your neighbor. You're hating on yourself. It's just stupid. This field is, in all of that, wanting what your neighbor's got that you don't have is really liable to stink you back up here to killing him for it. Sleeping with his wife. Or just flat stealing his stuff. And then, or going and lying on him. So he'll lose everything he's got. So you can take it. Every bit of this ties together. If you're up here at 1, thou shalt have none other gods before me. And then it goes on to, you're not supposed to have any idols. Then everything that God wants you to do is the stuff you aim at doing. Whatever God says is what you want to do. Not Hagee or any of them other guys. It's what God says is what matters. Not what Wes says. That matters. What God says. I'm going to go back to the chat and see what y'all are yelling at me about. Hope it's something good. All right. Any questions? How far off am I? Jay, Christ himself said that if there's something that needs to be done on the Sabbath, it's going to be done. The Sabbath was created by God for me. It's God's commandment, and it's something we must do. It does not have to be Saturday. It can be Sunday. It can be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's just whichever of us it is, whatever our profession. We pick a day. We pick 24 hours. and we give it back to God. You can go fishing on the Sabbath. Just have everything ready to go fishing before it starts. When you're fishing on the Sabbath, you're not doing it to try to outdo your buddy. You're not doing it to try to win a bass tournament or a catfish tournament or whatever. You're doing it to have fun and spend time with God. It has to be because you want to rest and spend time with God. Everybody thinks that the Sabbath is getting up, putting on your Sunday finest, and going to church and listening to the preacher. And trying really hard not to cuss or do any work at all for 24 hours. That's not it. The Sabbath is meant to be a day off of fellowship and celebration with your fellow believers in worshiping God. Paramedics aren't on call 24/7. I've got several firefighter and paramedic friends. They're not on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They could pick a day. In that Christ was born, and the letter of the law, because God knows everything. He knew everything was going to change. He sent Christ at the right time. We have the leniency of our Savior to allow us to live in the world without being of the world. We don't have to abandon the Ten Commandments to exist in this world. That's one of the beauties of the spirit of the law rather than the letter of the law. But it does not negate the law. Not one dot nor one tittle shall pass until all the prophets and all the laws are fulfilled. All the prophets aren't fulfilled yet. So, I don't think that stuff in Daniel and Ezekiel's happened anyway. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, hold on. Drew. I don't really care for the semi-money shows. Ooh, that sounds good. Does sound good. Anyway, anything else? You too, Joshua. I don't know where you're getting all them bullets at. They're out there shooting. In case y'all missed the first part of this. Replacement theology tries to preach away the authority of God to tell us how to live our lives. No. Nowhere in the Bible does it say God's going to give up any of his authority. His authority is him. I mean, how does he give up part of himself? He sent his son, who literally had a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 365 point whatever day year connection with him the entire time he was walking the earth in flesh to die for us. I mean, what other concession must God make? Yah is Yah. Didn't have to do that. That was his idea. We ought to ask the question or something. Preaching's pretty much over. I'm not here to try to convert anybody. That, the Great Commission being the sole purpose of Christianity, I don't really buy into that. Is it important that I tell you that God sent his son and that if you'll accept him, it'll save your immortal soul? Yeah. Is that my purpose? Not what God's put in my heart? Because while the lost are running around stumbling blindly through an open field, barely missing landmines and alligators and rabid grizzly bears and poisonous caterpillars, all kinds of dangers. The saved, those who call upon the name of the Lord, those who say, but Lord, have we not prophesied in your name? Have we not healed the sick? Have we not fed the poor? Have we not visited in prison? How can you say you don't know us? Those are the ones that I'm supposed to be talking to. Hold on a minute. Yes, ma'am.
Can you eat this? Don't touch that side.
What crap is it?
It's a cactus thingy, but off of a weird cactus. It's like a berry. It's like a berry.
What weird cactus?
I don't know, like a weird bloomy one. A round one with real big cookies.
It's a barrel cactus seed pod. You could eat it. I'm not going to.
Darn it, I was hoping I could get you to eat it. But thanks anyways, Dad.
You're welcome. Y'all quit picking my cactus berries. So who won?
Well, I kind of shot at his targets a couple times and vice versa. But the one that we were shooting the 9 at got obliterated.
So, in other words, y'all were a draw?
He had his 9 and I had mine. We kind of just... Those were him. It was all him.
Those were him?
Yeah. And then that's my 22 one. And then this one and this one aren't his holes. Those are my holes while he was shooting. But I'm serious.
Okay.
Like the last 2 shots that he took, I shot at the same time. So he won.
He won.
Yeah. There you go.
She let me win. Go with that.
When's it my turn? I'll play.
I told you could, but you have to.
Right. Whenever we get done with this, I'm going to go out there and kick their butts at shooting.
Right. Okay. That's fine.
Right.
I was going to say, do you want me to go? Did we use all of them? Do you want me to go get a little thing of 22? We shot all those.
Good luck with that. The reason I buy them every time I see them is because they're not ever around.
Every time I'm going to, like, they got some. I can run and go see real quick.
You can go see if you want to.
Okay, cool.
Right.
I will. Oh,
Yeah, what were we talking about? All right, Brian. Have a blessed evening, brother. Hey, Elle's here after the preaching's over.
Wait,
Late for church, Lakeisha. You were just like sitting in the background waiting for me to get through so you could start talking. Yeah, I can do this all again. But did y'all say anything about what I was saying before I was interrupted by the people with guns? They had guns. Okay. Hey, will y'all get the... Never mind.
What?
Your mom was trying to get in the building.
Yeah, but I know. I'm just saying, a normal size one and a Kirsten size one.
Is this that? Let me see that big one. Is this the one that was making that funny sound? Poof, poof,
Yeah,
poof.
his sounds funny. Mine's loud, but it sounds like it sounds funny. I like shooting ins, but I like the little one because it goes pew pew. It's loud.
It looks like a normal gun. Just sounds like he's got it stuffed in a pillow. Nope, everybody's good with what I was talking about. Everybody says, amen, that's the gospel. Y'all what I'm getting? My job here is done. Yes, the Bible is a roadmap to humanity. Without it, mankind is lost to his own wants and desires. The way you find the Lord and the way the Lord makes a change in you is that the desires of the Lord become your own. And when the desires of the Lord become your own, then the Lord will see to it that all your desires are met. The way that works is because now your desires are the desires of the Lord. It doesn't mean you get a Rolex. It doesn't mean you build a $20 billion crystal cathedral or whatever. If the cost of operating your church is so high that you could feed an entire third world country on your monthly budget, you are wasting the Lord's money. If you are telling people that a piece of cloth that you've prayed over is going to do something for their soul, for their health, for their well-being, you are a charlatan, a liar, a thief. Does God miraculously heal people? Yes. Does he do it every time we pray? No. Because we're not praying out of his desire, we're praying out of our desire. We're praying because of our fears, not because of our faith. We're praying out of grief rather than out of hope. So, yeah, it doesn't work. Hey, Backwoods. Hey, Diggers, you snuck in a while ago. Plus that hi. I hope I'm making sense to you people because this is pretty big. I don't like to talk about milk. Milk. Everybody in this room should be so far past. I mean, how old are y'all? I mean, everybody in here should be so far past milk and cookies. I mean, we don't need ground up bananas and milk. We don't need somebody else to chew our cheese. We chew our own cheese. We don't need anybody to cut our steak. We can cut our own steak. We don't need the milk of the word. It's time for some meat. It ain't supposed to be about all this. Well, God saved me, and that's all I need to worry about. No, God saved you. How did God save you? He sent his son to suffer, to be humiliated, to be beaten, to be spit on, be nailed to a cross.
Love you.
Hey, love you too. To have thorns the size of 16 penny nails drove into his head with a mallet. So you don't go to heaven. for the crap you pull. What else is God supposed to got to do? Is it really lagging this bad? Hold on. Somehow or another, this got way back. Okay. For somehow or another, my computer got like, it's not getting back to my computer at live. Okay. I was 7 minutes behind y'all on my screen over here and I was freaking out. Okay. Anyways. What we're talking about? Meat? Yeah, meat. He didn't do all that. He didn't put his son down here to go through all that so you could be saved and you just sit back on your laurels. You go, I don't got nothing to worry about. I'm good to go. That's not what he did it for. He did it so you would have a place to start, not finish. He didn't do it so you could become better than everybody else. I haven't drank a drink of whiskey. I hadn't touched the evil tobacco or said a foul word since I was baptized in 1953. But how many times have you screwed somebody over in a business deal? Just ask. Because nobody wants to read the rules. You're not allowed to cheat at business. You're when I put leprosy on the front of that one video, in retrospect, thinking it all the way through, it was clickbait. It was a sin. It was a lie. I broke a 10. Well, there you go. Well, I think I either clicked something or something. I don't know what I did. But anyway, I'm caught up now. I'm only running about 20, 30 seconds behind now. Okay. Me typing on the screen was what should have been happening. And then I looked over here and the video little trigger thing was supposed to be way over there at the side and it was way back there. Discussions Friday night about what? They're backwards. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. But in conclusion, okay, some of y'all weren't here for the first part, but let me wrap the preaching up and then we can all go to chat. The 10 Commandments aren't suggestions. The 10 Commandments are commandments. Everywhere throughout the New Testament and the Old Testament, the Psalms, Proverbs, it tells us to fall back on the Word of God. And we can't say that the New Testament tells us that the Old Testament doesn't apply if we're referencing the Old Testament to prove the New Testament. We're free of the law of sacrifice. We're free of the power of the law to kill us. The power of the law was death. The dictates on these laws were that you be killed for them. Well, several of them. They no longer have that authority. I'm not saying that we should live a lawless society, though if you think it all the way through, Christianity would be the one and only true form of anarchy. We would all govern ourselves based on a set of laws that are etched within our very soul and our very being of knowing what was right and wrong. True anarchy is not survival of the fittest, but rather a person governs themselves by a set of inherent laws that they know to be true and right. Not doing whatever you want. It's making sure, because you are in control of your own destiny, you are in control of your own actions, that you do what's right because it's right. Is that the kind of person that Christ has made us? Is that, is our walk with God allowing us to be the kind of person that does what's right because it's right? Are we standing on the principles that we believe to be true? Are we standing on the moral and ethical principles that God himself tried to impart upon us or to us, who is constantly trying to teach us those principles and those values using the Holy Spirit? Is that who we are? Or are we somebody that lets the world dictate what right and wrong is rather than us knowing within ourselves, because of the Word of God, what right and wrong is? I will worship toward thy holy temple and praise thy name for thy loving kindness and for thy truth. For thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name. Sounds a lot like he'd rather keep the 10 Commandments than scream God is great in the street and do whatever we wanted. Sounds a whole lot like he would rather us act the part and keep our mouths shut in church than scream and holler and hoop and make everybody think we're all that, when in our hearts we don't even know what his word says. And that's the meat. I really, really hope I haven't hurt anybody's feelings. Everything said was said out of love. But this is true. We're responsible. Once you get saved, you're responsible for your own walk with God. He will, if he sees you clawing to try to get back up out of the ditch and on the straight and narrow, he'll pull you up. Unless by letting you crawl, you can drag 3 or 4 people with you, then he might let you be. Because that's the desire of his heart, is that the other people make it out of the ditch with you. He never promised us a rose garden. Told the disciples that they were going to die the same way he did. The truth about God, the truth about walking with God, the truth about worshiping God, the truth about being a Christian is something that is never going to be acceptable in society. That's it. 2/3 of the world population has to die before most of the people are Christian. That's over in the Revelation. That's a lot of people. That's all the preaching. I really hope I open my down, hurt nobody's feelings. I care about y'all. I really want y'all to stay alive. I want y'all to live forever. I want y'all to get there to have God say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Here's the key to your house. Because none of us want to hear that other one. None of us. I have no idea how to end this because I usually just tell you how to stay alive and don't die. Click the quit button. We'll let y'all run in the chat a little bit. I'm going to leave the floor open to questions. How's that? Whatever y'all want to talk about now. God bless y'all. Think about it. I saw a gun say something up here. Where'd he go? Man, you were watching Muppets from Space? I'd have been there with you watching that. Sorry, Tim. I get all tangent like that because I can hear myself. And I'm like, dude, are you talking to them or are you talking to you? The answer is usually talking to me. You have to go back to the front now, Guns, and watch it all from like 4 or 5. Watch it like 10 times with different accounts and just like it every time. And then you can like share it with yourself. And you can put it like on your Facebook and stuff. You can like duct tape your kids down to the couch and make them watch it over and over again. Every time they do something wrong, you can use me as punishment. I don't mind. Unless you're just doing it to be mean to your kids, and then don't do that. People always like at the family get-togethers and stuff, and they say, "Y'all behave, or we're going to get him to watch you." And they point at me, and the kids just like they'll go hide in the corner and stuff, start rocking and humming to themselves. I'm not that bad. Yeah, I gave him a very close inspection after I tranquilized him, and I tranquilized him, and he was like not very old. So there you go. Just hit the playlist. Make them watch the one about the duck and say, "This is what happens." No, I felt bad. He was like the easiest duck to catch because he just let me walk up to him. He's like my friend. He's like, "What's happening, dude? I don't understand this. This is not normal." He was delicious, though. Yeah, the soothing sound of my voice, the monotonous drawl. The monotonous drawl with which you speak makes my brain want to explode. People. My trig professor was unable at any point in his lecture to put the slightest hint of emotion into his speaking. He had a low baritone voice and a slow way of speaking. Everything he said and everything he put on that chalkboard, whiteboard, whatever it was rehearsed and had been gone over for the past 50 million years. There was no way to pay attention to him. Yes. I am adamantly, I didn't fall asleep. I just stared blankly at the wall trying to figure out how not to bash my head on the desk. And thinking, I'm going to flunk. But guns, I am adamantly opposed to barn cats. I don't believe in the concept of barn cats. If you want a cat to kill mice, you raise the cat. You feed it live mice until it learns that, hey, these are yummy. I want to chase these and kill them. And that's how that works. You do not leave ample food around for your cat. You give the cat just enough food to keep it around. You do not keep multiple cats. To get them fixed, you can have a couple of tomcats, a couple of female cats. If you get them fixed young, you can have boy and girl cat because they don't care. Because they don't have the stuff, so they don't care. But keeping feral cats in your barn does not reduce the population of rats in your barn. It reduces the population of all small game animals within 20 miles of your house. They don't just walk across to the neighbor's barn and hang out for 3 or 4 days. They're hunting. And there you go. Now they've got a bunch of diseased cats running around with their eyeballs rotting out with pus running down their face and stuff. That's what happens. People go to where the free food is. That's why there's so many people at the Baptist churches, because they had them monthly meals and stuff. They got all that free food. I said that out loud. Hi, honey. I love you. You're so pretty.
Shut up.
She always says it. She doesn't mean it. That's how she says thank you. Don't pet those, Chipper. Where's your church at? I might just swing by and grab me a bowl of soup. Man, this Sunday dinner is my favorite time to be at church. I love that because all them ladies coming in there trying to compete with each other about who can make the best dessert or the best casserole. Oh, this one lady come in and she had peach cobbler. She had peach cobbler, like fresh from, like she didn't go get it out of a can or a box or nothing. She made the stuffing from scratch and sliced smoked turkey. Didn't even have to cut it off. I mean, it was all this lady. I was like going to a buffet. That was just one lady. There ain't nothing wrong with fifth Sunday dinner. Nothing. Nothing. That wouldn't be good, I don't think. For the cat, anyway. just move the camper. Not yours, theirs. See if the cats can keep up. What kind of cats are they? Put pictures. I need pictures of the kitty.
In the world with that little boy.
That would be the one, Tim. Did you go to the front and offer to join? We visit one church here every so often because they have free Sunday dinner every Sunday. They do it. I mean, everybody brings a potluck and we just eat in church after church.
Okay. Yeah.
We need to see it then. You know, if you put it on video, Guns, we can see that. But that's what I'm saying. If their camper is a trailer and he doesn't want the cats that close, he can just move their trailer. So, option.
Oh yeah. It's the ones that keep the rats out.
Oh, oddly enough, Mrs. West knows what you're talking about. I have no clue. I just go throw it out on the ground. Well, I'll put in those little troughs I made.
Beautiful.
All right, Gator. Be good. A video, that's where you take your phone out and like you dig out through other men's drawers and you video it. You show us the cool stuff you found in somebody else's drawers. Or you take a picture of the chicken starving to death while they're trying to figure out how to open the feeder. Hey, dude, we have a swing. We have a chicken swing.
I did not buy it.
Doesn't matter. We have a chicken swing.
I did not
for the
buy it.
chickens to get up on and swing.
The only thing I've caught on it is our granddaughter.
Yeah, well, she likes it, which is fine. The
That's what I was thinking. Didn't say it.
no, that was Guns that was digging in other men's drawers.
You said it.
Well, yeah, but I was telling him how to do a video because he's already done one video of digging in another man's drawers. So. They found that really cool survival kit thingy with all the little jigs and stuff in it. You're supposed to do a video of him going out and taking just that little survival kit and going out and living in the woods for 30 days. I'm still waiting for that video. But, oh, before I forget again, I made it in the Wesley Suicide Mission kayak thing. And every chicken that made an appearance when I was filming that fell victim to the bobcat or weasel or whatever it was. Still, what went down, I mean, it has to be the bobcat because they ate the whole one, but the teeth marks don't match. Yes, you can take the loincloth for cordage, of course. All right, Frank, have a good one. Oh, look at, you can hear when I get it off. Forgot. I need to turn the volume on.
Day in 1977. Calvin was the first person to fly at night.
Oh, really?
Calendar does.
I'm like way behind on this here, people. What's going on? Hold on. I'm like on the main page. I gotta figure out how to do this. There it is. Found it. Okay, yeah, so the cats are on leashes. Yes, I told Frank that. You could eat them, I guess. And I am nobody in the chat, and most definitely not the host of this live stream, is suggesting that you should act violently towards animals without cause. However, if your flock or your pets or the health of your children, for whatever reason, is at threat from a wild or feral animal, we do suggest that you take an appropriate action, the appropriate action to protect both your livestock, the health and safety of your family, and your property. And don't bag them. Okay. Hey, Sasquatch. Hold on, I have to answer the phone. Hello? Oh, how much they got them for? Oh, the big box, like $350 or whatever. Just whatever you want to do. The CCIs fly better, and they pack a little bit more punch. Just whatever. They got the Federals are only like 38 grains. Mm-hmm. And then the CCIs are going to be 40. And that's at the hollow point. Okay, that'll be fun. Okay, love you too. Bye. Yes, hey Sasquatch and Dash and no, my daughter's buying me bullets because I loaned them some bullets, so they're going and replacing them. She wanted to make sure she got the right ones. The couple of the manufacturers put a lighter projectile in there, which causes a higher velocity but that velocity falls off rather rapidly after it exits the muzzle. Okay. And the kinetic energy delivered downrange is substantially reduced. Okay, guys, be good. Thanks for stopping by. I love you, brother. Hey, Dad's on, all in here, showing up now. Y'all do this to me every time. I've been here for an hour and what is that? That's cool, huh? I did something right. Or something. I've been sending 22s downrange since I was 9 years old. I know how everything flies. I really don't like the subsonic, them big old honking slugs. They're really, you know, meet you at 20 yards. That's all they're good for. Just saying. And they're actually pretty good there. But, you know, past 50, might as well shoot them with a 25. Sasquatch, you're going to want to go back and watch this from the beginning, brother. Feel free to email me or whatever. Berate me, whatever. I gave everybody in here a chance to do so. I need to get a turn down bolt for my Nagant. His dogs get after your what? Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I mean, dogs get after the neighbor's dog got after my chickens once. Because I said that you couldn't have a comfort salmon. Because if you go back to watch the first half of this video was actually a sermon. So I like to give, whenever I'm doing sermons, I like to give people a chance to say, what? So I can like make the sermon last longer. Did you know that you can buy a 357 Magnum air rifle I did not know that. This is true, Sasquatch, but I do not want to mislead people. I don't trust me to know everything. And that's why I always like to put stuff out there in an open forum. That way, if I'm wrong, somebody, wow, I know that. If I'm wrong, then someone can like explain it. Well, what was the beagle doing when he let the dogs out? You live in town though, don't you, El? You're kind of like, it's a fair bet. I mean, Christians that are supposed to turn their plowshares into swords. What was he sniffing? Maybe he don't want the dog sniffing around in his yard. We got him dead people buried. I have like little bales of alfalfa buried out there. Yeah, it doesn't end well if somebody else's dog gets after my dog. Now, if my dog gets after somebody else's dog on their property, I do my level best to get my dog off. But if he gets to the dog before I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Dog shouldn't have done that. But then again, I'm one of those guys that's weird about his dog. You're not allowed to hurt my dog, but if my dog misbehaves, she got it coming.
Why you-
Chipper. He's got attack cats chained up next to his trailer. Ah. Just busted. Jay's awfully tired of fighting it today. Have a good night. All right. J-A-E.
Boston Terriers, that's the one lady.
No, that's the one you like.
Huh?
You like the Boston Terrier. It's the angel dog. Black and white with a,
Oh, he has a pouch.
he has a pug. Those are useless. I could tolerate them until I found out that Diane loved them to pieces. You know, it's just light pugs. Especially not fat, obese pugs that look like basketballs with feet. If she loved her dog, she would put her on back.
Dogs are obese. Oh,
The dogs go to pee, and then they go out and they pee, and then they run back, and then they collapse under their own weight.
they're all gonna go be crazy.
So, sure, why not? normal ones. I've never been accused of being normal, so can't help you there. I think I'm normal. All right, brother. Anything we can do? You just pray about something, or you just like what? Oh, clannish town. Like everybody got some sheets they put on overnight. They all dress up like ghosts, whether it's Halloween or not, kind of clan. Yes. We got that up the road, 27 miles. Yep. Dad on YouTube could probably help you out with the clan. I think he's like the grandmaster or something. Oh, got you two whippersnappers in there messing things up. Yes, Dad, I measured it. I know their faces and I know their names. Know your enemy. Okay. Hal Stewart sits on her porch and listens to banjo music. Woo-ha! Had a guy approach me about becoming a member of a group of men that cared about our country and the way it should be. I was like, well, that sounds interesting. He said, yeah, we need to do something about all of his kind. He pointed at a friend of mine who just happened to be black at Ace of Spades. I said, what do you mean his kind? He said, the N-word. I said, you know what? I said, you need to go. The language got bad after that. I was not a minister at the time. We just buried the friend. He finally succumbed to diabetes. Wow, I got a thumbs down. Guess I shouldn't have tried that preaching stuff. Have to go back up and see who didn't like the chat. Hold on, guys. I'm going all the way to the top. I'm not going to know what you're saying. It was probably Chipper.
I think this tell you.
I missed Just Eight coming in here. I did not see him come in. He came in while I was off page reading.
anonymous.
Except for confessing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until just then.
You know why? It was probably guns before he left, huh? He's like, ah, click. Teach him to tell me I can't do that to them cats.
I never knew when.
I don't know, guys. I don't see anybody I don't know up in here. But then it could have been somebody who never said nothing. I mean, I hurt nobody's feelings. But there, as soon as I started reading the Bible earlier, guys, I had 8 people in the room. I started reading the Bible, and then I had 2. And then they all started coming back in the room. So I was freaking out. I don't know. No, you can't say Nazarene anymore. I don't either. I really got no use for. Yeah, I lump the Triple K in with the BLM. They're the same kind of people. If you think there's something special about me because I'm white, you're a racist. I mean, and we can all try and say that we're not racist at all. I don't have a racist bone in my body. You're human. So while it may be buried deep, it's going to be there. Does that mean you have to feed that wolf? Does that mean you have to feed that dog? No, feed the other one. But don't feed it stupid pills. That's how things like the 3Ks and the BLM and the MS-13 and all that stuff, that's how they gain ground, is by people feeding their smart side the stupid pills. The thing is, racism isn't color specific. It doesn't matter what race you are, you can be racist. Okay, they're saying that racism is the oppression of somebody based. No, it's the hate of, the disdain of, a judgment against, because of. Racism, as defined by the English language rather than modern interpretation, is not liking somebody because of the color of their skin or their national origin. Nationality, let's not say national origin. Because if you're going to hate an illegal immigrant from Mexico for being a Mexican, then if you go to Cancun, you're going to hate the guy serving you drinks at Cancun because they're both Mexican. Now, being upset with the illegal immigrant being here, taking tax dollars and work and housing and stuff like that, it's not racism, it's nationalism. I'm a nationalist. I don't hold anything back about that. I'm adamantly opposed to open borders. That's not racist, that's nationalist. I believe America should come first.
Exactly what Hal said. I don't care what color your skin is. Action matters.
What did the Yetis do that made you hate them so much? That's what. It's because they got better snow, isn't it? Bless your heart. Like the kind of Yeti on Monster. What's that word? The Monster's got the door or whatever that they and the little girl sneaks in. The Monster. What is the name of that? Monster U or something. Anyway, like those kind of Yetis, the one that make the yellow snow cones. Oh, so because Sasquatch is stuck with just beef sticks and purple mattresses. Yeah, I wouldn't trust a Yeti, not if they hang out with the monks and stuff. That's kind of worrisome. Wow, Lakeisha, I didn't know you was white. I just assumed you was black because of the way your name's spelled.
Oh, jeez, stop it.
She said it first. She told me to come at her right there. She says, come at me.
Shut up.
uh, Come on, guy. They don't have much that they won't take a bath. They got to wash in the snow. That's kind of cold. Well, no, they got the hot springs. Never mind. Okay, I'll give you that one.
So, sure you can.
Why do I hate black people? Because they tan better than me. Don't hate black people. There's a black guy I don't like much, but it's not because he's black. It's because he hates me. Really don't hate black people. I've tried once or twice, but when I was coming
Stop
up,
on my toe.
when I was coming up, literally my two best friends in grade school were twins, and they were black. I didn't know that they were black. They were just a different color skin than me. I didn't know what black was until I was 12. I led a very sheltered life. I didn't know of the existence of racial hate until I was 14. And my friends that I had known since first grade, whose house I had slept in, whose food I had eaten, whose sister I kissed on the cheek, got slapped for it, but it was worth it. Had their house burned down by some people that didn't like the fact that a black family were able to afford to buy their own farm. That's when I found out that there was people that hated people for the color of their skin. Age has hardened my heart towards some people's attitudes and towards some parts of a culture, which is a culture they force upon themselves. It's not a natural one, but that's not hate. Thank you for making me spill all that out there, Tim. I don't like Barack Obama, but it's not because he's black. It's because he's stupid. Why do I hate twins? It was hard to keep them. Tell their mom or quit dressing them in the same clothes. But I could always tell Gary and Perry apart. I mean, they were like, didn't look the same. Dude, I know people that quite literally cannot stand people just, I mean, and they can be good people. I can drive, I can walk up to a guy's house. Well, not, I'd have to drive, but I've been to his house. And this guy literally would drive by at night and shut the people's water off to their house just because they were the wrong color to live in his town. All right, Backwoods, we'll see you later. It was weird though. The same family is where I learned that there were people that were abused by their parents. I didn't know if anybody's parents would ever do anything like that. And by the time Gary and Perry were in high school, they both had scars across their back from the severity of the beatings their father would give them. I don't know what to do with her. And I always had thought that through. I mean, we got, well, no, I guess Matthew's okay. Leading, I guess because we saved them all, we gave them alternate to actual Bible names. But all our kids are named biblically, I guess. They just don't have names straight out of the Bible, except for Matthew. Well, the first one, Joshua, he's a royal pain in the butt. And Zachary. Okay, yeah, no Bible names. All right, Sasquatch, we'll see you later. I'm gonna get out of here too. It's been a while. It's been almost 2 hours. Spent a little bit of Sunday with my wife. And besides, the kids are gonna be back here in a minute. They supposed to be bringing some bullets. I got to go out and shoot them. I hope. Make sure my glasses are clean. So Gabby and Mike are biblical names? Yeah.
We're back.
I was messing with
Are you still talking?
you. Yes. Of course. New slogan. Stay ornery. Yes, I know. I was speaking about the Gabriel thing. Did your kid ever get that bicycle down that slide, man? I just got him now. I was expecting you to get up and run. All right, guys. Y'all stay alive. Don't die. I'll probably do an edited version of this. YouTube will still let me do that. Yeah, I figured you'd doing a perfectly good video with that whole dadding thing. I mean, you could just say, hey, here's your helmet. But, oh. Here. Love all y'all. Y'all stay alive. Don't die. Be blessed. Bless somebody else. Not that hard. Don't sick your dog on the neighbor or the neighbor's dog. And y'all, thanks for the thumbs down. If you don't ever get one, it's bad for your channel. Good night, Timo. Hey, Tim, did your wife, she's still not there yet, right? Or is she there now? I could email you this, I suppose. I'm going to wait for that answer, and then I'm going to get off it. Hopefully he didn't already close out. I have a memory like a sieve for dates and important stuff like that. That's about it. Cool. All right, brother. Thanks for letting me know. Anyway, I will catch y'all next time. Like I said, there's going to be some videos coming out that, and y'all might not see a bunch of live stuff from me because I have to make money. God bless y'all. Y'all still out. Don't